Hey, it's me!
Chiaotzu.
Oh.
Yo, I want to talk about Chiaotzu for a minute or two.
And during this video, I will be switching between dub and sub names because I don't know, I feel like it.
I am a Chiaotzu fan, and with that comes the understanding that you won't get him in much of anything. And since we're talking about video games this video, that's going to be my focus. Now, to my knowledge, he hasn't appeared in any game as a playable character since Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission in 2019. But the last fighting game he was playable in was Dragon Ball Kai Ultimate Butoden, which released in 2011. But with the recent announcement of Sparking Zero, I am hopeful that he will be playable again after being skipped over in games such as the Xenoverse games, Fighters, and Kakarot, which, to be fair, that game didn't have a lot of playable characters. You can use him to freeze people in Fighters as TN, which I find neat. You can also make him blow up, which is kinda neat, but also kinda sad, but also kinda funny. My hopefulness comes from the fact that he was playable in the other Tenkaichi Budokai games / Sparking games, and while he wasn't in that second trailer with most of the rest of the Dragon team, I chalk that more up to him not being, really a hype character or whatever. When he hopefully comes back in this game, I have one request, which is to maybe remove this move. As gameplay-wise, it can be useful since it's not as thin as a string like the Dodon Ray, but I do kind of find it a bit lame because, for one, I don't think he ever does this in any filler. I know he doesn't do it in the manga, which, I know this ties back into his psychic powers, but I feel like you can do cooler stuff with that, like throwing the opponent around the map like a ragdoll, or getting them mixed up into a tornado, in a bigger scaled version of how he rigged the tournament numbers of the 22nd and 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. It's just that Psychic Rock Throw has a real full power energy wave feel to it, which I guess is intentional since Gildo also has the same move despite also never throwing a rock. In the manga, again, I can't speak for the anime, although he does throw a tree that's sharpened, but that's his ultimate move, so those two are clearly different. For inspiration, I think you can take his, first move against Krillin where he's basically motionless as he's fighting him.
Whoa! Wow, that's a neat trick.
Krillin, watch out!
Or you can use his anime-exclusive hard head attack in the same way as the Doria, Hachan, and Arale have their own headbutt attack. You could also base a move around him insulting the enemy until they're crying, like in the Super manga, and then perform a sneak attack while they're distracted crying. I'm aware that only works because that species is sensitive, but hey, it's a game. The logic doesn't have to be 100% there. Since I'm already here and I make a video once in a blue moon, let's talk about this little buddy's big buddy, Tien. Now, I don't have as much to say about Tien Shinhan, since unlike his friend, he actually gets into games like Xenoverse, Fighters, and Kakarot, but only for DLC. But anyway, I do want a little change with him in the same vein as wanting to replace the Psychic Rock Throw. Instead of giving Tien Shinhan both the Tri-Beam and Shin-Ki Koho, I hope they give him one of his many different abilities, like his Kia Beam Deflect Thingy.
The Kameyamama,
the Volleyball Fist, or some type of combo with his forearms. I personally would like to see a move based on the second Tien vs Goku fight in the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai, where he splits into 4 and goes to the corners of the map, shoots a beam that forces the opponent up into the air, then the 4 TN shoot them with his eye lasers that he only uses in misfights, and then the 4 10 Shinhans jump above the opponent, fuse back into 1 TN Shinhan, and slam the opponent back into the ground to end the combo. Also, going back to Chiaotzu for a second, I'm fine with him and TN Shinhan both having the Dodon Ray, but I think it'd be neat if Chiaotzu had a slightly different version, where it would either be his Dodonpa spam he used against Krillin, or like that move in Super where he used the Dodon Ray that splits into 4, but instead of hitting multiple opponents, it would just hit the 1 in multiple different areas on the body. And yeah, that's that. I hope this video didn't come off as too complainy. I was just trying to make it more of a discussion topic on potential moves he can have instead of the rock throw. Either way, I'm excited for the new game, and I'm excited for Chiaotzu to probably be in it, even if they don't change his movesets. So yeah, and sorry if the audio's chopped up and stuff. I'm not an audio whiz, and my video editing software, aka VideoPad, was being annoying to say the least. So sorry if stuff looks and sounds a bit weird. And yeah, have a good day. Bye-bye.